They look good.
I'm eating almonds, so
You carry on, almonds are good. Morning, y'all. It's show week, so PGA show week in Orlando. That one's coming down, coach, if you're wondering. Gonna kick off today with a fun day today, because the show's gonna be interesting. We'll see how we get on with the show. I'm going to meet the Revolution Golf team are filming a commercial out at some golf club. So we've got Jim McLean, Cameron McCormack, Sean Foley, my mate Martin Chuck, also my mate Andrew Rice. I think that's all of them. So I'm gonna go and hang out with the Bays, see what they've got to say. Right, at the call, they started filming the ad, this Revolution golf ad for the Golf Channel. Coaches are just getting a wardrobe change over here. They've got some kind of pit car thing I think they're doing. There's a lot of people. I've just got my camera in my hand.
I'm eating almonds, so
you carry on, almonds are good. Yeah, you carry on. So we've got Cameron McCormack here. Hello,
Cameron.
Good day,
guys. How are you
doing?
doing?
Nice to meet you.
I got a mouthful of almonds.
My old friend Martin Chuck as well.
Hey buddy, good
How's
to see
it going?
you. Cheers.
So they're filming the old Revolution Golf commercial. I like your pit crew bit. That was fun.
Marvellous, wasn't it?
Right, so today's question, I'm going to ask a few of the coaches. The state of today's coaching. What do you think, as coaches, where do you think coaching's at? Like, is it in a great place, an awful place? What are your feelings on the state of coaching? Real generic question out there for you.
I certainly think there's still some awful coaching that goes on, but I think you could look at the same thing happening in any industry, right? The medical industry, the law profession. So I think that the overall state of coaching is on a great uptick when you blend the use of instruction to make sure they've got the right answers, and then the old school craft coaching to be able to relate a person in several different ways to get the job done. Because at the end of the day, it's about giving instructions to a golf ball to make it behave, right?
Absolutely.
And there are many ways to do that, which Martin here is a master of doing. So I think it's in a great place.
So obviously it's PGA Show Week. I don't know, you guys around at the PGA Show this week?
All week.
And obviously you've got lots for you guys in America. This week's, I guess, a big training week, isn't it? You've got a lot of education going on
Sure.
for the PGA of America
Absolutely.
pros. And the state of the pros, they're keen to learn. I mean, in the UK, it's a real mixed bag. I think you get almost like a divide down the middle of some who just don't seem to want to push forward at all, and then maybe a smaller group who are. Who they want to go to every seminar, they want to learn, they want to go forwards. What's it like over here? Any different?
I'd say that you have a pretty similar situation, but
Yeah.
I kind of like that because the person who wants to work really hard and learn more is going to absolutely excel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually on one of the boards now for the PGA,
How are
the
you?
Coaching and Player Development Committee. Michael Breed's heading it up. He's a passionate guy. I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Our goal is to provide platforms so that people want to crush it can really crush it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So in a good place as a whole.
In a good place as well.
I think so. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Crew in place. The boys are going to fix this client. We got pit crew member number right, Foley, Hall, Chuck the other side. They can't quite see him. McLean and McCormack just at the end there. Not a bad pit crew really, is it? They could probably fix most people. Right guys, I'm here with Martin Hall. Martin, hello, welcome.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for chatting.
First time we've actually met. Watched your stuff.
Martin,
very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Martin's much taller than I thought you were.
Really?
Yeah, you came and I was like,
Should I say you're much smaller? Should I say you're much smaller than I thought you were?
Maybe I'm a lot smaller than I think I am. So I'm asking the guys a few questions, and the main question we're dealing with today in today's video is the state of coaching today. Where are we? Are we in a good spot? Are we in an average spot? What do you think the state of coaching is like at the moment? Because people down this lens are thinking about taking lessons. They've got lots of choices. They've got all this online content you make on the TV content. Yeah, it's a minefield as well as it's good, I guess. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you have to be careful because there is a lot of information out there, some better than others.
Yeah.
I think it behooves anybody who's watching anybody on the internet, whoever it might be or wherever your source may be, to at least check out who you're listening to, what their track record is. It's a little bit, I sometimes joke and say, it's a little bit like the Wild West now. You can ride into town, shoot up town and ride out on your horse again with no consequences, because there's no censoring, there's no judging, there's no ramifications if you say something that's completely stupid. I do think that there are lots of good teachers out there. I don't think the only place to start is the Golf Monthly list, is the Golf Digest list, is the Golf Magazine Top 100 list. But that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of good information out there. I think we have more measuring tools than we've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, with all the technology for the sequence and the launch monitors and, you know, what the ball's doing on the greens. I think which is good used in moderation. I think too much technology can blind some people.
Absolutely.
So,
how much technology do you use in your? Because you do day-to-day lessons at your.
I do.
Where are you based?
Ibis in West Palm Beach, 3 Nicholas courses.
So you're teaching groups of people in schools, one-to-ones, mixture of everything.
Mainly one-to-one when I'm at Ibis. I have all the technology you could think of, and I use it sparingly.
Yeah.
I would say I use most of the technology on my worst student.
Okay.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm my worst student. So I mean, I'm like the lab rat. I give myself everything and see if it poisons me or helps me. So I use the technology a lot for research. Some people are good with technology, some people it just absolutely fries the brain. So it's not for everybody. But I think it is useful. I think if you're going to get better at this game, you need good feedback.
Yeah. And
good feedback could be information from a website like yours, because your information is always so good.
Thank you very much.
It could be Revolution Golf where I am, and it could be the Golf Channel hopefully where I am. It could be taking good video. I think taking video with a cell phone on a tripod is really important, because I think bad information is worse than no information.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you could use launch monitors, you could use anything like KVS that measures what the body's doing. So there's a lot of layers you could go down. But I would say this, I mean, we both come from England, so we've both been influenced by the late, great John Jacobs.
Oh, absolutely.
And no matter what you use, the flight of the ball is still everything. John would always say to me, Martin, golf is ball control. And it's like, it is. You either know you've got control of your ball or you know you haven't. So I think developing a style where you can control your ball, either a slight draw or a slight fade, and knowing what sort of miss you might have is really good. I think if it doesn't make sense on video, I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. I mean, when I started making video, what I wanted to do was, and I did talks with Andrew at Coach Camp, I would video my own lessons.
Yes.
For me.
Yes.
And watch them back and think, I don't even know what I'm saying there. How is that person going to know what I'm saying? Or quite really like the way I explained that, and that seemed to really work with that person. So I would use it as a medium for me to help me improve. So I think there's some very good points there. I mean, there is so much information out there at the minute that is a double-edged sword, and I struggle this one daily, because obviously I work on a platform which is free, and it's, you know, it's literally, I call it any idiot with a camera can just turn it on and speak.
That's true.
And where that is a brilliant thing, it's also a very dangerous thing.
It can be.
I'm not sure what the answer is, how we actually help them, but some good suggestions there from Martin. Thanks for your time, Martin.
You're very welcome.
Right here with the main man, Andrew Rice. Hello.
Hello.
Always a pleasure.
Hello, Mark.
Mr. Rice.
Welcome to America.
Thank you. We are talking today, what state do you think the world of golf coaching is in? A good one, a bad one, a transitional one? What are your thoughts?
I think the world of golf coaching is in a fantastic place at the moment.
Okay.
It's one of growth, it's one of information, it's one of learning, it's one of understanding. I think we've got more information available to us than ever. The challenge is we need to be able to understand the information so we can simply present it to the golfer standing in front of us.
Now, I like that point. And how do you find technology helps that or not? So I'll take my personal experience. My lessons since measuring people have become ridiculously simple in their language.
Yes.
So my lessons consist of saying, can you try hitting it higher? Can you try hitting it, like terms like which before, without measuring, if I'd have used them, I'd have felt like they don't feel like they're getting enough lesson.
Correct.
How do you feel? Technology for you making it simpler to deliver a simple message, or more complicated?
100%. It makes it more efficient. It allows me to cut to the problem sooner. And with experience, with practice, I become better at presenting that change, that suggestion more simply.
Yeah,
It makes, typically we want to use a language that people can understand, and technology I find helps that.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I actually find that lots of students, even though they don't want just like the drill down of the numbers, they love the fact that what you're saying to them can be quantified because it can be measured.
Yeah.
So I say, can you hit it higher? And they don't. I can quantify that.
Yeah.
And they do. And again, I can quantify that.
Yeah, that's 18 feet high.
Yeah,
Bingo.
absolutely. So whatever you're feeling there to hit that higher, kind of keep doing it because that is going higher. It's measured, it's work.
That's your takeaway.
Indeed.
That's how you're going to hit
there we go. So we're in a good place.
I really think so.
Yeah, I do.
think it's an exciting time. It's
Mr. Positive.
It's learning.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
learning. We're growing.
Good stuff. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, Pods.
Right, guys, Mark Crossfield here with Sean Foley. Lovely to meet you. I've never met Sean, so it's a pleasure to meet you.
Right on, you too,
actually,
Mark.
and listen to you speak and stuff. Always fun. We're talking about the state of coaching.
Yeah.
What state do you reckon coaching is in the world? Like a great state, an awful state. Obviously, technology is a big thing now, and then, I mean, there's still plenty of people, or more people, who should be taking lessons who aren't. So there's obviously lots of work that can still be done. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think currently it's in a good place. I think that we have been able to identify some of the principles that happen in all good golf swings.
Yep.
We probably could be as far away from methods as possible.
Yeah.
And
that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great thing. And I think that, when you can utilize the technology to make it tailor-made to the student and realize what they need and what they don't need, I think that's beneficial. So I think we're probably at a place where we have the highest probability for success in a lesson.
Yeah.
The key is just recognizing that change happens slowly, and I think that some parts of the science aspect of golf, I think golf always had pseudoscience, but never really true science.
Yeah.
So just continuing to show up at work and keep doing the right things, and hopefully to see at some point that the change will happen throughout the whole industry where it's more accepted. Of course, it's a game of feel.
Yeah.
But to get to that point, you have to be able to hit the ball in a similar way each time to get the right amount of feedback in order to have feel. So I think it's in a good place. I think social media has helped a lot of instructors kind of build their clientele and build their brand and their name, something that wasn't available 10 or 15 years ago.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think that we should see in the next 5 to 10 years that the top 50s and the top 100s and those types of those honors from different magazines and PGAs.
Yeah.
I think that'll start to change a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's much more accessible than it's ever been, which is what excites me. Obviously, working in the platforms I work in, to be able to get a message out to so many more people than before is really exciting.
I think the thing, like as far as like what we do with Revolution Golf, right? That gives a lot of people the ability to be in their living room with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, look, a lot of us are busy.
Yeah.
We're all over the place. We're all over the world. So the ability to kind of get people to look into what it is that we do, I think is an advantage. When I was 14 years of age, if I could been on these websites listening to what, the guys who are the seekers, who are really trying to look for the best way forward, we have to understand, like, everyone at a club isn't going to have the passion that we have for teaching.
Yeah.
But even those guys have the ability, for very little money, the amount of money I invested in my learning versus what they can do now.
Yeah.
It's just a sign of the times, and I think it's definitely in a good place.
Excellent. Good to hear. Thanks for your time.
All right, mate.
Right, there we go, guys. What a day. Food eating. I ordered a salad in there. That was the biggest salad I've ever seen in my life. See you all tomorrow. Demo day tomorrow. So trying loads of clubs. Should we see if we can get on the TaylorMade stand? That could be fun. Post comments down below. As always, if you want to see me getting chucked off the TaylorMade stand. See you all tomorrow.